folks, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. I am Matt AK Slash, and these guys are about to head up back into Duna orbit. I think we're going to wait a little bit here, and I think we'll actually time warp a little bit and see if we can't get this stuff back overhead. I'm going to set one of them as a target, and then we'll time warp them around Duna here. You know, we ended up landing not too far from the desert sphere here. I wonder what the... Actually, hold on. Let's set that as a target. And come down this way. That should be visible now. Somewhere. I don't see it, though. So maybe we're not as close to it as I thought. I was hoping to get a distance. I wanted to see how far from it we landed, but oh well, that's fine. I could probably estimate a distance based on, you know, Duna information, like, oh yeah, that's actually a lot further away than it initially looked. That would take quite a trek to try and get over there. But yeah, anyway, let's get this aligned a little bit better. Oh, you know what? That's actually, the rotation of Duna is causing some issues here. Yeah, we're gonna stick around for an entire Dunan day. Because I really want these guys to be underneath this orbit when they take off. That way, for one, if these guys are slightly ahead in the orbit, I have this dot, the other one, not this one, that's the retrograde one because they're on the other side of the planet, but the prograde one that I can sort of follow and get the proper orbital angle right off the bat. Okay, looks like maybe this is the orbit that we're going to do it on. Oh, those separated out quite a bit over that length of time. Alright, I think we're just gonna have to go with this and hope. So, here we go in 3, 2, 1, blast off! Alright, let's turn this way. Gear up. And as soon as our... Oh, yeah, let's do a mystery goo real quick. While flying at Duna, keep the data. And, oh, I gotta unlock the stages. And... here we go. Oh boy, that's horrible. This is not what we want at all. Oh, I forgot to bring the ladder back up. I was like, what the heck is that sticking out there? Retract the ladder. This is problematic. I'm actually a little bit concerned about our ability to get into orbit with the amount of fuel that we've got in just this little lander can. This was good for the moon, but this has higher gravity, and we might be running into some issues here. Get this apoapsis up. Okay, the apoapsis is up high enough now. Now, our orbital inclination is the real issue here. And the delta V that's going to be required to try and get this right. This is going to be tricky. Let's concentrate on getting to an orbit. There's our periapsis there. Let me see what that would be. Oh, come on, keep the tag up for me, please. Thank you. Nope. No! Ah! Not what I meant to do. Yeah, rendezvousing with that other fuel depot, or those two fuel depots to get home is going to be really tough. Periapsis needs to be above 50. Alright. That will do. And we'll see where we go from here. I wonder how much Delta V I really have in this thing. 41 second burn. I don't think I even burned 41 seconds so far. I don't know, these guys might be stranded in orbit. Which would obviously not be a good situation. Alright, it's time for their burn. Here we go. Hopefully we've got enough oomph here. But yeah, I'm thinking I just didn't make this lander big enough. I think we'll be able to get into orbit, but my concern is the orbital inclinations here are vastly different from each other. And I'm worried that I won't be able to correct that enough for the rendezvous. Alright, we're definitely getting to orbit here. Very good. But yeah, man, we ended up in vastly different orbits. 28.3 degrees off. Well. Nothing for it but to go for it, I guess, and see what happens. I'm gonna quick save now. They're safely in orbit around Duna, and if worse comes to worse, they'll just hang out in orbit until I can get another ship out here to rescue them. Which might just involve sending a fuel transport or two out here. I'm trying to match this orbit up, or this one here, rather than this one. So not all hope is lost, but... Okay, so this has 300 units of fuel. These guys have more fuel and are more efficient with it. So maybe we try doing our orbital inclination change remotely with these guys. Let's turn the SAS off. Zoom. Good job, game. There you go. The spaceship was invisible. Alright, let's check the map. If we set... okay, that's the probe. If we set Duna Lander as our target, our descending node is here. So this is where we're going to make our adjustment. We need to adjust this way. Like so. And then not necessarily quite like that either. What does this do to our delta V as we muck with this? Okay, delta V is going down. Okay, that makes it go up. Alright, so let's just leave it like that. And then here's an intersect that's only 19 kilometers out when we do that. So maybe this is doable. This is not outside the realm of possibility for the amount of fuel that we've got. Alright, let's try for that. We gotta really be careful to conserve our electric charge, though, because we don't have... What camera view am I in? Let's go to free. We don't have solar panels on this. So we don't have any way to recharge this without docking with the other one and charging it up from there. So if we run out of electrical charge, we can't control this unit anymore. And that would obviously be bad. So let's see if we can find, in the most efficient way possible, we are facing this way. We will be facing sort of south from where we're looking right now, I think. So if I just start turning south, hopefully that blue dot will come up here pretty soon and we can just get sighted in on it. I'm not sure how long of a burn this is going to be either. I'm going to start at T-1 minute and hope that that's enough time to do it properly. I don't want to mess around too much because it's the electrical charge that's giving me... You know what? We have a lot of RCS, don't we? You know what? Let me go in here. Turn the torque off. And we'll use RCS only. That should leave the electric charge more or less untouched. Although, of course, it's going to use some when we send commands, like fire the RCS thrusters. Alright, there's our mark. Okay, we're going to start this burn now. 36 seconds, okay. So we can wait a little bit. Oh, and that did regenerate some of our electric charge, so that was good too. Alright, let's do it. Went a little bit past the mark there, but that's okay. Seems to be about 2 units of fuel per 10 meters per second delta V for this thing. I'm gonna try and keep that in mind. A little bit worried of the overheat there. I don't think it would actually explode, but I can't afford to take any chances. Alright, prepare to cut engines now. Okay, go into free float mode. Let's see how well we did. Nodes are at 0.4 degrees. Apoapsis, periapsis, both above the atmosphere. And over here we actually have an intersect of 19 kilometers, so that's not too bad at all. Let's go ahead and switch to this guy and see what miracles we can work with him. Alright, this one looks like it's going to take a little bit more delta V than the last one. Which is okay, we know we can make that. And we have an intersect here at 3.2 kilometers. Problem being, I don't know which of these ones that the game calls Duna Lander I'm actually rendezvousing with near this point. It might be the other fuel depot, or the other tugboat, whatever you want to call it. But, if that ends up being the case, that ends up being the case. All three gotta meet at some point. I don't have to necessarily dock them. I can just put them in a parking orbit near each other until we can complete the final form. So, we know that this will take roughly 40 seconds, so I'm gonna time warp to the minus 20 second mark and get things set up. Alright, cut the engines there, and we end up not too bad at all. Okay. Alright. Let's see, which ship should we go to next? Let's switch to this one. I should actually rename these, I guess. Oh, I don't know what this is. Okay, these have the guys in it. So this is the real Duna Lander. Let's call it something else. Let's call it, let's rename the vessel to Kerbin. Alright, that should make things a little bit easier to keep track of. Alright, we'll put the solar panels out for now. Just to make sure that we are... Oh, actually, we are tapped up. So... let's put them away, actually. I changed my mind. Gotta wait for the animation to stop. We're gonna send Jeb out to collect the samples that we need to collect. being very optimistic that we're going to be able to get these guys all the way home. Let's see, is there any... There's no science anywhere there. So I just need to go collect the 2 mystery goos, I think, and then we're all set to go. I should have put these on Sepratron. No, I can't put these on Sepratrons. I need those. Okay, let's grab that data. And we'll swing around to the other side and grab that data. Collect. Did it do it, or did it? No, it didn't do it. I drifted too far away. Collect data? Yes? Can I do an EVA report that's worth anything? I'll hang on to it, but I think we have that one already. I don't think I would have missed that one. Where is the hatch? There is the hatch. Board. Oh. Apparently I didn't do an EVA report while in space near Duna. Huh. How about that? Alright, now we'll open up the solar panels. And let's see what our situation here is. If we try to meet up with that one, what does that look like? That looks bad. If we try to meet up with this one, this is the one that has a little bit better of a chance with this 19.5 kilometers. So this is the one that we want to switch to try to arrange that meetup. So let's rename this while we're here. Rename vessel. I'm gonna call it a probe, and let's call it Tug 1. Tug! Exclamation point. Just to differentiate it. Now, we are trying to meet up with Kerbin. So we'll set that as a target. And then there's our intersect. I'm thinking... Let's focus on Duna for this. I'm thinking maybe somewhere around here we put in a maneuver. Alright, let's see. What did that do for us? That gives us an encounter over here. 7.8 kilometers. Alright guys, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna just keep working on this because this is not too unlike what you saw when we assembled the ship over Kerbin. And once we have a completed ship, if we manage to get that far, I'll bring you back in. Otherwise, I'll let you know what problems I run into. Cross your fingers for me. See you in a bit. Well, here we are. Against all odds, I have managed to actually reassemble this ship, which I did not expect to be even possible. The question now is, how do we get back to Kerbin? Our orbit is awfully wonky. And I'm not sure about the alignment of the planets here. I think Kerbin is way too far ahead of us at this point. If I remember right, and I did look this part up, I think Kerbin needs to be down here. Somewhere about here when we are here. So I think what we're going to have to do... Oh, wow, look how far Voyager's gotten. Wow, it's almost past the orbit of Elu. Good job, little probe. I think what we're going to have to do is just do a bunch of time warping here until we have Kerbin in the right alignment to get home. So, that's what I'm going to do. Alright, guys, take a look at this. I've planned an encounter that, if it works, will put us 8,500 meters above the Kerbin surface on the way in. I have no idea how fast we'll be going at that point, so this might be a bit suicidal, but we're going to give this a shot and try to get as much aerobraking as we can on re-entry. Let's see, it's not for 15 days though, so... And apparently it's a fairly small burn according to that estimate, although the actual delta V there suggests it's actually much larger. So we're gonna get out here to... Let's see, it's about a day away. Let me focus in on the ship. There we go. So there's the encounter. There's Kerbin. So, what we need is to adjust our heading to get in line with that maneuver. Which is actually off in this direction, should be. Yep, there it is. We'll try to be as precise with this as we can be, but I don't know how close we're going to get to that actual maneuver. It's so far away, there are so many variables. We'll just do what we can here. Alright, we're going to start our burn now. Yep, it's estimating almost 2 minutes. We're just going to keep this throttle, and we're going to do what we can here and hope that we have enough fuel. Let's see, ticking down. Oh yeah, gosh. And one of them is going to run out a little bit faster than, or a little bit sooner than the other one, so that is an issue. Because I don't want to start us spinning. Oh my gosh, this is going to be really close. Stop it there for now. I'm gonna get reoriented on the marker. I want to try and make this perfectly 0 meters per second because I want to get our actual maneuver, our encounter with Kerbin, as close to the prediction as possible. Okay, that's it. Holy mackerel. With how much fuel left in these little tugboat ones? 11.14, 3.7. Wow. I want to try to hold on to this in case I need to retro burn at the end of this maneuver. But yes, what do we got here? We have an encounter with Kerbin. I don't see... I see Kerbin encounter, Kerbin escape. I don't see the details of that encounter, so we'll just have to wait till we get closer, I think, to really work it out. But I think we might actually make it home, you guys. It's amazing. Alright, let's just throw a random maneuver node in here. And let's just see what happens if we do some maneuvers. So if I slow down here, I'm waiting. Okay, there's a periapsis. I think we were gonna just slam into it, is what was gonna happen. Alright, so let's try this again. Let's just do a prograde burn just until we have a periapsis. Okay, now we click on that, keep that up. Now let's lower that down to there. Yeah, there. I'm happier with that. Okay, so now let's get ourselves in position. Shouldn't really matter whether we do it now or then because our angle is pretty much the same. So let's do that. Now, we only need 1.1 meter per second for this, so I'm just going to put the RCS on. We're gonna do it this way. It's amazing, this far out, how completely... How big a difference a little puff can make. Like, see, we're a little bit too far, so I gotta slow down. Just little taps on the N key. Alright, I think that's what we're gonna go with there. Alright, and while we're out here, let's do a couple of things. One, I think we're gonna go ahead and transfer all the fuel into the center guy. Not that it really matters all that much. And we're gonna go ahead and undock our friends. And let's switch to them and make sure that they are nice and clear away. Very good. You guys can now feel free to orbit the sun for all eternity. I'm totally cool with that. And also, while I'm thinking about it, I don't know that we have ever done, first of all, a crew report from a lunar or a solar perspective. So let's go ahead and transmit that back home. And we'll get an EVA report while we're out here too. Look at that, 55 science from that one. Perfect. Now, Jeb, let's have you grab on out here. Get me an EVA report. You feel kind of small right now. You hope you know where you're going. 88 science. Nicely done. So we'll board, and he already got the stuff out of here. Yep. So if I do review store data, we got 13 things we're bringing back with us. These EVA reports, some of this stuff we can transmit, and it would be safe to do so because we wouldn't lose any value. But some of this stuff, most of it, is stuff that we want to make sure that makes it back. And it's all in the command pod. So all we got to do is successfully land back on Kerbin, and we get all of this. So keep. Last leg of the journey, fellas. Here we go. Okay, guys, we're entering our Kerbin encounter now. And I just realized the tugs are pretty much on the same trajectory as we are. They're fairly far out from us now because of the days that they have spent drifting away. But they're still on this kind of trajectory. So likely they'll burn up or would burn up, or in this case, they'll just crash land into Kerbin. But what does this actually make our apoapsis at Kerbin? Let's see if we can get Eve, Gilly, Kerbin. Periapsis is what I meant. Periapsis is 9,500 meters. I hope that that is going to be sufficient for slowing down. I'd be happy if it just at least closed the loop. If we had to skip through the atmosphere a couple of times to finally land, that would be perfectly fine with me. Here we come. There's the Kerbacular space station whipping around there. Whoa! Orbital speed is picking up. Coming up on our periapsis here very shortly. Oh, that crashed. One of the tugs just crashed into Kerbin. What is our altitude? Alright, let's get into this view. We are going 3,300 meters per second. I think we'll be okay, actually. I'm going to turn us... Oh, okay, we're time warp 1. So now I'm going to turn us retrograde. And sooner rather than later, we're going to start getting atmospheric reentry effects. Now, I did repack the chute, right? Yeah, okay. Just checking. Let's go ahead and activate this engine in case we need it. We haven't any effect on our trajectory thus far. Not so far. Well, yeah, a little bit. Periapsis is coming down. Coming down in a scary way, in that it's sort of intersecting with the planet now. I see this loop closing. What's our altitude? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and throttle all the way up. Just to try to save us. Whoa! There are some re-entry effects. This is not the most powerful engine in the world, so we're not going to get that much of a change in delta V, but... Change in delta V. A change in the change in velocity. Good job. We're not going to get that much of a delta V out of it, but I think it will be enough to at least slow us down to the point where when the chute pops, it won't just rip us to shreds. What I want to avoid is that when the chute pops, I don't want it to detach from the command module. Man, look at that re-entry. We are coming in so hot. We're starting to slow to a reasonable speed, though, and we're still 19,000 meters up. And it looks to me like we're going to have a water landing, which is fantastic. So I'm very happy about that. It looks like I mean, I hate to say it this early, but it looks like we're going to have a successful out and back to Duna, and I think it only took us 187 days. Which sounds about right. I think that's correct. We'll know for sure when the mission summary pops up at the end. Trajectory's looking good. How's that fuel? Do we want to just use it up? Yeah, let's just use it up. We'll have this used up before we have to worry about jettisoning this portion of the ship. And engine burnout. Now? Jettison? I said jettison? Thank you. And the chute deploys. See you later. For fun, we're gonna break the solar panels. And can we break the antenna too? Broken. Oh, SAS off. We're just floating down. We made it, guys. I mean, this is it. Congratulations. Bill and Bob can't believe it. Jeb's like, this is amazing. We're radioing our splashdown location back to HQ right now so they can run and pick us up. Tell us who's president now or whatever, because we've been gone for so long. The chute has successfully deployed at 500 meters above sea level as designed. And we are slowly drifting down. I can time warp this portion till we get close to the actual splashdown point. And then we'll recover the vessel and see how much science we've ultimately regained. Success! Welcome home, gentlemen. Recover vessel. 1,173 science earned on this mission, and that doesn't even include the stuff that we transmitted back. Because this is just stuff that it picked up from the ship when it picked it up. But look at that, 75 science coming back from the surface of Duna. 88 science high over the sun. 56 science over Duna. 80 science. Who was the heaviest hitter? Surface sample from Duna, 240 science. Seismic scan, 160 science. Amazing. Alright, let's pop into R&D real quick and see what we can spend this on. How much does stuff cost at this tier? Well, we've got some... That's at 160. What is it up here? 550. So we're not going to be able to get too much with this. Let's examine our options here. We have some additional pieces that I don't think do us a whole lot of good right now. We have a remote guidance unit. I guess for a probe, for large probes, it says. Okay. We have radioisotope thermoelectric generator. Oh, I see. It's a charge. Oh, okay. It generates charge. That's cool. A rechargeable battery bank. What do we got here? We got avionic type stuff and the negative gravioli detector. I think we'll go ahead and get that one because that gets us more science whenever we mess with that. And then what do we have here? Motors. Okay, this is like, these are wheels. Since that's right next to this one, I'm going to go ahead and grab that too, just to see if it unlocks anything. It doesn't. Okay. What do we got? 459, so we can't get any of this stuff. I guess we'll come back and pick up some of the additional pieces that are back here. We'll grab that one. Let's see. Ion propulsion. Oh, okay. Xenon containers and ion propulsion. The general perception of this engine as being powered by witchcraft has unfortunately given it a sour reputation. Oh, we can't get that, though. We're one science short. Alright, I think that's where we're going to stop then for this episode. Picked up a couple more things in here. And I think the next time I'm going to finally give the asteroid redirect mission an attempt. I think that's a separate scenario in 0.23.5 that doesn't necessarily use this save. But I don't know for sure because I haven't updated yet. So I will update between now and then and we'll see what is involved. But thank you very much for watching. I'm very excited that we made it to Duna and back. It's kind of unbelievable that managed to actually happen successfully. But yeah. All right. See you next time. Bye.